There is a particular quality to the week before Comic-Con. The industry slows, the leaks accelerate, the speculation reaches a fever pitch that the actual panels will either vindicate or puncture. San Diego Comic-Con 2026 arrives at an unusual moment. Several of the franchises populating Hall H this weekend are at genuine creative crossroads, neither in crisis nor in triumph, but figuring out what they want to be next. That is historically when Comic Con is most compelling. Not crowning obvious winners, but asking questions. So, without any further ado, here's what has us most excited during San Diego Comic Con 2026. Thursday opens with Avatar Aang, The Last Airbender, the animated film returning the world of the Four Nations to the screen. Then, Brad Bird takes Hall H for a career retrospective, culminating in the first look at Ray Gunn, his upcoming Netflix feature. The Iron Giant, The Incredibles, Ratatouille, Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol. Any new look at what Brad Bird is doing next earns attention on his merits alone. Later Thursday, A24's Onslaught, Adam Wingard's sci-fi action film starring Adria Arjona, Rebecca Hall, Drew Starkey, and Dan Stevens, moderated by Kevin Smith, could be one of the weekend's genuine sleeper highlights. A24 backs genre filmmakers with real visual ambition, and Wingard is exactly that kind of filmmaker. And Thursday closes with Stan Lee, The Final Chapter, a documentary promising to reveal a very different story from the one the public was shown during the last years of his life. It arrives with a quiet gravity that deserves serious attention. Friday belongs to two major arrivals. The first is The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power, paired in Hall H with Blade Runner 2099. The Rings of Power has been a show in search of its own identity since its premiere, and Season 3, expanding its timeline significantly and adding cast including Jamie Campbell Bower from Stranger Things, arrives at a crossroads. This panel will tell us whether the creative team has finally found what it's been looking for. The other Friday arrival is the Vampire Lestat. AMC's Anne Rice universe completed its third season just this week, 7 episodes that were the most formally audacious thing this franchise has attempted yet. Sam Reed's performance as Lestat was extraordinary from start to finish, and the Hall H panel will feature cast and producers discussing the season finale, alongside highlights from the Vampire Lestat One Night Only Live, a concert featuring original songs performed by Reed as Lestat, with music from composer Daniel Hart. It's the kind of promotional event that understands its subject completely. This franchise has always known that the line between performance and confession is thinner than it appears. And Friday also has one more moment worth highlighting, one that belongs not to any studio, but to the fans themselves. The Save Stargate campaign will be flying a banner over the convention center on Friday, fan-funded and visible to anyone looking up, including the Amazon executives preparing their own presentations inside. Comic-Con has always been proof that fandom is a force worth taking seriously, and the Save Stargate banner is a reminder that the people who love these stories are still fighting for them. But Saturday is when the sky cracks open, and it always is. The Star Trek Universe panel arrives in the year of the franchise's 60th anniversary, and the primary focus will be on Strange New Worlds Season 4, which premieres this week, an ensemble entering its penultimate chapter with the confidence of a creative team that knows exactly how it wants to spend the time it has left. The anniversary celebration will bring together legacy figures spanning the full breadth of the franchise. Michael Dorn, George Takei, Robert Picardo, Doug Jones. 60 years of a mythology that has always understood science fiction is a vehicle for moral arguments. Gene Roddenberry's belief that humanity was capable of being better has never been more necessary than it is right now, and celebrating it in Hall H feels exactly right. Lanterns, featuring Kyle Chandler and Aaron Pierre as Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart, alongside co-creators Chris Mundy, Damon Lindelof, and Tom King, is the DC Studios presence of the weekend. The Green Lantern mythology is among the most cosmologically ambitious in DC's catalog, a story about willpower and fear, about the choice to carry light into the darkness. The creative team assembled here is serious enough about that ambition to suggest that Lanterns might do for DC television what Andor did for Star Wars, demonstrating that the most interesting stories in a franchise are sometimes the ones told at a remove from its most recognizable figures. And then, of course, there's Marvel Studios. Saturday evening, Hall H, the weekend's largest gathering and its most anticipated event. Kevin Feige will almost certainly be heavily promoting Avengers Doomsday. There will be cast, there will be secrets revealed, There will be, if past experience is any guide, at least one announcement that reorients our understanding of where the multiverse saga is heading as it approaches its conclusion in Avengers Secret Wars. What precisely that announcement will be is impossible to predict, which is precisely why the panel matters. Marvel at its best gives audiences something they didn't know they needed. There will be surprises this weekend that no schedule can predict, and there always are. An unannounced cast member, a trailer that reframes everything, a filmmaker saying something in a Q&A that reveals more than the footage did. What Comic-Con 2026 offers, beyond any specific panel or reveal, is a reminder that pop culture is still being made by people who care about it. Behind every franchise expansion is a writer who stayed up too late getting something exactly right. The weekend ahead is full of those people, so let the con begin. And of course, let me know in the comments what you're most excited for at San Diego Comic-Con 2026. And don't forget to subscribe to Fandom Frontline for ongoing fandom coverage all weekend long.